Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
We begin with breaking news as a Fargo student is in custody for bringing a handgun to school. The incident started today when a teacher at Fargo North suspected the student of being under the influence of marijuana. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley joins us live from outside Fargo North High with more details. Bailey?
Andrea, that's right. Now, officials then called that student in for a search, and officials say that there was absolutely no any drugs or paraphernalia found on the student, but officials say that they did find an unloaded .380 caliber handgun on the student. Now, that gun was quickly confiscated by officials, and then they say they wanted to make it clear that there was absolutely no threats of violence made by this student at any time before or during this investigation. That gun is now currently in possession with Fargo police, who are helping the public school district with this investigation. As of right now, Fargo Public Schools says this student has been suspended indefinitely. Reporting live in North Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
All right. Thanks, Bailey, for the live report. The school says there is no connection between the incident today at Fargo North High School and the threat written on a student desk on September 4th. I-94 is back open after a crash caused a major traffic backup a little over a half hour ago. You can see several vehicles are stopped. Several emergency crews responded. A Valley News Live viewer says a motorcycle was involved in the crash, but we have not yet been able to confirm that. Stick with Valley News Live as more information develops on this story. A 31-year-old Barnesville man is now in jail facing several charges related to child sex crimes. Officials say 31-year-old Forrest Austin Trent is facing charges that include dissemination of child pornography and possessing child porn. Police say the investigation first began by an out-of-state agency, and then the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension was contacted. New for you at 5, Moorhead police want you to know about a high-risk sex offender who has recently changed his address. Authorities say 32-year-old Jesse James Severson has moved to the 900 block of 14th Street South in Moorhead. Severson was convicted in 2007 for possession of child porn and was released in 2011. As you get ready to head into the weekend, remember, we will be leaving the cooler temps behind for a few days. Let's find out from Justin when that warm-up happens. He's here with your no-wait weather. Justin?
And thank you, Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Yes, temperatures have been cool over the past couple of days, but that is definitely going to end even as soon as this weekend and definitely into next week. Current temperature at 64 degrees. It's about 9 degrees below where we should be this time of year into the Fargo area, and some upper 50s across our Minnesota counties, lower 60s out toward Devil's Lake and Jamestown. The reason why we're so cool, we have that cool northwesterly wind around 15 to 25 miles per hour. We're going to keep the breezy conditions through this evening, but decreasing clouds as we just do have some clouds south of Fargo into Lakes Country, northwestern Minnesota now. A mainly clear overnight period with temperatures falling back to near 50 degrees, and then we'll see increasing clouds overnight. Partly cloudy skies for the day tomorrow, but a nice warm up ahead with more sunshine, especially into Monday and Tuesday of next week. We'll have the details on that coming up a little later on in the newscast.
All right, thanks, Justin. It's Friday and time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Officials say 32-year-old Ryan Morish is wanted by multiple agencies for multiple charges, including 2 felonies, violating a protection order and possessing a controlled substance. He is described as being 6'3", 200 pounds with brown hair and eyes. His picture is right up on your screen. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Morish's whereabouts. Moorhead and Fargo police are still searching for a suspect who led them on an early morning chase. Police say officers recognized a stolen vehicle just before 3 a.m. in South Moorhead between 8th Street and 24th Avenue. When the officer tried to stop the vehicle, the driver sped off. Police say the driver twisted in and out of neighborhood areas and speeds exceeded 40 miles per hour. Officials say the chase ended when the suspect drove the wrong way on a one-way and headed into Fargo. Police described the car as a green Oldsmobile with North Dakota plates 599 CNU. Clearwater County authorities are investigating after an accident left one woman dead. The sheriff's office received reports of a woman walking on the side of the road near the Shooting Star Casino in Bagley. When deputies arrived on the scene, they talked to a driver who had pulled off to the side of the road after hitting what they assumed was a deer. It was discovered that the driver actually hit a person lying in the roadway who later died from their injuries. The victim was identified as 28-year-old Emily Stevens. The incident is under investigation. Within the next 5 years, 1 in every 4 licensed drivers will be over the age of 65. Older drivers are often thought of as being dangerous, but experts say they're actually the safest drivers because they're more likely to wear their seatbelts and less likely to speed or drink and drive. And yet, in 2017, over 6,700 senior drivers were killed in traffic crashes because of how fragile they are, and that number continues to rise. Today, Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall went to an event that helps local seniors improve their skills behind the wheel to keep themselves and others safe.
Sharon Van Bruggen has been driving for more than 40 years. How did that feel to you when you finally got to drive?
Awesome freedom. I got my first car. I paid cash for it.
Since then, a lot has changed for Van Bruggen, and a lot has changed when it comes to the road.
Rules are different. Faster driving down highways. I don't like that. I wish it would be back to slower, I think.
As we progress in age, a lot of changes occur as far as vision, reaction time, flexibility, head control, all those good things that we use every day.
And that's where CarFit comes in.
What we find is that as people age, there's some issues, both physical and cognitive, that may arise that makes driving a little bit more uncomfortable and then perhaps a little less safe.
The seat doesn't work.
There you go.
Drivers who attended today's event were given tools like this to help them determine if they're the right distance from the steering wheel here and to see if their line of sight goes above the wheel as well. But sometimes the program isn't enough, and that's when experts say you need to have a difficult conversation with your loved ones.
I got some family members shouldn't be driving. So I think it comes to a point in your life where it says, here's the key, and give it to somebody else.
Well, basically, you just need to have a sit-down, open conversation with them, express your concerns. You know, they're afraid of losing their keys, their mobility, their freedom that they've had for many, many years. And to lose that can be devastating. But, you know, ultimately what they want to do is hear what their alternatives are. If I give up my keys, who's going to be there for me? You know, as their family members, perhaps it's you that needs to fill in that void for them.
But for Van Bruggen, she's not there yet.
Good to meet you.
Yes.
You take care, okay?
I will.
And she says classes like these give her more confidence behind the wheel.
The mirrors is what took me by surprise, because I thought they were right all the time. I thought the mirrors were right fit for me, but I learned something. That was good. I wish more people would do this.
In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
For the CarFit program, seniors stay inside their vehicles and go through a checklist with experts. But if you would like a professional to go out on a road test with a senior in your life, Sanford has a program for that too. You can find more information about these programs on our website, valleynewslive.com. House Republican leaders honed in on a Thursday debate moment to paint the Democrats as being out of the mainstream on guns. They pointed to Beto O'Rourke's comments on assault weapons as evidence some Democrats support outright confiscation of some guns. That, they say, goes beyond the scope of voluntary or even mandatory buyback proposals. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy also noted the debate didn't include any mention of impeaching President Trump or the economy.
The president is getting all the information from law enforcement, from the legal community, from Barr and others. He's meeting with members on both sides of the aisle, and I expect he'll come forward with a package quite soon. But he wants to gather all the information first and make sure whatever we move forward solves a problem, that none of this happens again.
House Republicans are holding a retreat in Baltimore where they've heard speeches from administration figures, including the president. Water was temporarily turned off at Atkinson Elementary School in Barnesville today. During that time, we're told students weren't allowed to use the bathroom. The principal tells us the water was turned off for about 15 minutes while the city did some work and that it's back on now. More water outages are planned for the weekend. The city says on Saturday, a water hydrant in the southeast area of town will be replaced, which means most homes will have no water from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eddie Money has cashed in his ticket to paradise. Money, whose real name was Edward Joseph Mahoney, revealed in August that he had been diagnosed with stage 4 esophageal cancer. Today, his family confirmed to NBC News that he died peacefully early this morning. The 70-year-old rock star was behind hit singles like 2 Tickets to Paradise and Take Me Home Tonight. Money is survived by his wife, Lori, and their 5 children. Don't forget to tune in to the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show that will begin at 11 tomorrow morning. The pregame show will be followed by North Dakota State University taking on the Delaware Fightin' Blue Hens at Delaware Stadium at noon. You'll be able to watch the game on KVLY, GoBison.com, Hulu Live, YouTube Live, Fubo TV, and Sony OTT.